So some of you guys may be wondering, when exactly would we use a carve? Going off of jumps, on catwalks, when you're racing your brother because you don't want him to beat you, and when you're in the half pipe. Well, a carve essentially is when we allow our board to make a very thin slice in the snow. Another way to think about it is our nose of our board is going to be leading the way and our tail follows the exact same path. Now, the benefit of doing a carve is essentially we're able to change directions while minimizing our loss of speed, and sometimes we can actually gain speed while changing directions. Now, when you first learn to snowboard, you traditionally do a skidded turn, which is helping manage your speed. It's a lot wider and it's a more loud sound. So extremely useful for both freestyle and just navigating the mountain. Before we dive too deep into the movements of carving, let's discuss our body positions so we can have a nice point of reference. Our shoulders, hips, and knees are directly stacked over the edge that we're trying to turn on. So if we're trying to do a toe side carve, we want to make sure that we're leaning over our toe side edge, and we want to make sure that our weight is distributed through the whole entire length of the edge. The other thing that we're going to want to do is, as we're doing a toe side carve, we want to make sure we're balanced on that edge. And the same thing does apply for our heel side edge. We're trying to balance definitively on a solid edge. Now, of course, just like riding a bike, as you go slow, it's really hard to balance. As you get some speed, it's going to be a lot easier. So to piggyback on our body positions, the first exercise I want you guys to work on is find an open area that's nice and flat. You're going to strap in both feet. And at first, we're going to keep front side of our body facing uphill. Now what we're going to do is we're essentially pressing both of our knees over our toes while pressing our hips forward and keeping our spine upright. My challenge with this exercise for you is to balance on your toe side edge for a 3 count, then a 5 count, and then even a 7 count. Can you maintain a very strong body position while balancing on your toe side edge? Once you're feeling pretty awesome about that, you're going to take your shoulders, you're going to do 180 and face your body downhill, and then you're going to lean into your heel side edge. Now, how we do that is we once again want to keep our weight distributed evenly throughout the edge, and then we're going to start taking our hips and pushing our hips back just a little bit, allowing our high backs to be pressured by the back of our boots, and then we can even lift up our toes a little bit more to get on a heel side edge. This is going to allow us to find an awesome body position. Now, as a quick reminder, throughout these heel side and toe side turns for the rest of the video, we are not looking for you to drop your shoulders and get down. So if I say get low, we want to bend our knees and take our belly button and get lower to the ground with our tailbone, not just dropping our shoulders down. So that's going to be a constant throughout the rest of this video. Once you're feeling really awesome about being in that balanced position and you're sticking true to keeping the spine upright, then it's time to move on. So the next exercise we have is called a traverse. Now, simply, we're going to practice that same balanced position as we move across the hill. My goal is to not have such an aggressive step going to the next step that you're unable to keep those body positions. So when it comes to doing this carve, please be aware of traffic coming down, because we don't want to be going across the hill underneath the blind spot and have you get taken out, because either way, if it's your fault or not, getting hurt sucks. So for when we're doing our toe side traverse, the beauty is we are able to see uphill, but we're going to enter the run and we're going to press our shins against the front of our boots while keeping our hips slightly open and our spine upright. We are trying to find a perfect balance and slice the snow. The best thing about carving is we can look behind us and see, do we have a wide path or a wide trail? If that's the case, you are not carving, you're doing a skidded turn. We are trying to find a pencil thin line in the snow. So make sure that you're pressing your weight against both of your boots equally to make sure you're not skidding. Now that we've gone across the hill, it is time to go back in the opposite direction, but we will be on our heel side edge and our back is going to be uphill. So as we enter the train, please just watch out for people. Now, as we go across the run, once again, we're trying to find a nice balance point throughout that edge so we can just slice the snow. So make sure you're pressing both of your calves against the back of your high backs, allowing your board to tilt, and you can even lift up all 10 of your toes just a little bit extra, allowing you to create a little bit more tilt and slice the snow. Once again, if you're getting more of a skidded turn, you either have too much weight on your front foot, your lead shoulder's way too far open, or your back foot is kicking out. get that board to make a nice slice in the snow. Now you may have to do this exercise back and forth across the run multiple times. Do this as many times as you need so that you can just feel the carve even with your eyes closed, and you know you're in a carve and you can distinguish the difference. Once you're feeling pretty awesome and you're ready to move on, we're going to do this thing where we actually mimic the same body positions and movements, but instead of going across the hill, we're actually going to point our board more down the fall line. Now, the reason for this is understanding how to accumulate a little bit more speed, and can we do that body position in a different situation, but it's still something that we know how to do. After you've done the traverse across the fall line, the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to try to point our board down the hill and try to engage that turn. And we're going to try to make a ginormous U-turn. Now, as I said before, please choose an area that is clear of people. Watch out for people. And of course, definitely stop the exercise if you're putting yourself in danger. I like to do these exercises more early in the morning because there's less people out on the hill, as you can see. So with that said, we're going to point our board down the fall line, and we're going to start to engage the edge. As we start to go down the fall line, we have that edge engaged. We're going to start to increase our tilt until we start to really get the board to grip the snow. And we're actually going to start building a lot of pressure, and we're going to change directions more down the hill, then across the hill. And at this point, we might pick up a lot of speed. So make sure that you are turning a little bit early. Now, after that, we're going to keep our board going and we're going to point the board back up the hill. Now, the reason why we're doing this is so that we can manage our speed. Anytime we go up the hill, we're going to start losing our speed. So do that for both our toe side and our heel side turn. Now, if you're feeling uncomfortable just setting that edge, you can definitely just point your board down the fall line and then slow down, down the fall line, slow down, and then eventually down the fall line and make that turn. Definitely make that extra step if you need to. The very next step that we're going to do is actually getting into linking our turns together, but we're going to make a small pause in between. So what we're going to do is a nice toe side turn, and we're going to slightly turn back up the hill so we can manage our speed. And then we're going to do a small skidded turn, and then as soon as possible, we're going to link into another heel side carve. You're going to point that down the fall line, start to go across the fall line, and then turn it up just a little bit, and then transition edges. Every time we go from a heel side to a toe side turn, we're actually going to take a small skidded turn. What that's going to allow us to do is just set ourselves up for the next turn without having to freak out about the transition from an edge to edge, because we're pretty comfortable at this point by doing skidded turns. And then when you're feeling super awesome, we're going to eliminate that skidded turn and then actually go from a complete carve, transition to your flat base, and then go directly into the next carve. Now, the goal is to be able to link 4 turns while managing our speed in a complete carve. Now, you do have 2 options with this. You can just do carves where you're pointing more straight down the fall line, and you have very long carve turns. Now, let's say that the terrain is a little challenging and we need to make this turn where we're not actually going to cross the fall line and we go more downhill and make elongated turns. That's totally an option as well, because eventually we're going to need to know how to do both. So by now, you should be able to link that heel side and toe side carve in a very basic manner. I do have a lot of different videos on this YouTube channel on advanced carving, carving where you have a hard time transitioning from edge to edge. So what you're simply going to do is you're going to go to my YouTube channel. You're going to go to the search button right here. You're going to type the word in carve, and you're going to find all of the carve videos that I have made. Now, these are all super valuable and do talk about different specific points. So make sure you watch them all. And then, of course, give the video a like. So on that note, guys, it's been amazing hanging out with you, and I hope you like this progression. So I'll see you in the next video, and nothing but love. We out.